Though this is the reality is, I'm Remy.
What up, though? I'm King Crane.
Hey, Sean Rich, what's the deal?
Man, it's finally here. We done had a lot of planning that we wanted to do, and now it's finally time for us to kick it off, man.
Let's do it.
I'm happy to be with my boys. You know, we got a lot of history with us, and some people know it, some people may not know it, but one of the things we really value is giving our gems, giving our wisdom, you know, talking a little bit of controversy, but also talking about life and real life situations. So, man, I'm happy to get here and talk about it. So let's get into the first thing, man. I mean, it's a lot of things going on right now in the world, but something that, you know, is really prominent right now that I'm seeing is it feels like a lot of accusations. I'm seeing a lot of accusations in the world, specifically with like women toward men right now. Like that's a hot topic that I've been seeing a lot. And I wanted to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about men being accused of something and just automatically the belief of truth goes to the accuser most of the time when it's associated with a woman?
Okay. I see that. Like you saying, like far as kind of like the Diddy situation.
Yeah, like
Or
the
okay.
Diddy situation, like the
Okay.
Tory situation.
Yeah.
What I see, like especially with something like that, you start to see certain facts come out, but I feel like people believe the accuser first, and it's like you guilty until you're proven innocent instead of otherwise. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, bro, I feel like sometimes women are too easily believed. You know, like I feel like men just automatically get
I think so too, especially when it comes to relationship cases.
like
Like
in
if it
what
comes
way?
to something where they were intimate. You get what I'm saying? So like if it comes to a person like a husband and wife, 9 times out of 10 the guy is,
The bad guy,
you know what
the
I mean?
villain,
Like
yeah.
and it's like that even with domestic violence. Like your girl could be kicking your ass and the police come, they gonna be like,
Facts.
man, you going. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't
Even
do
if
nothing.
you ain't do
You really
nothing,
didn't do nothing. You
and
know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
cases of that, especially
Yeah.
don't let the man be big.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, with the way that the world is going, I feel like that work against men, bro. Like I don't feel like men have a lot of leg to stand on because it's automatically given, especially through the courts. You know, it's given whether it's you being a parent. Like if a woman bashing a man online, he automatically written off as a deadbeat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Yeah.
like it's a woman's world.
You don't feel like it's a man's world?
No, I feel like it's a woman's world. I feel like women stick together more. I feel like men be more against each other more. It's more unity with women. And as a man role, you supposed to have like protect and love women. So if you do anything violent or anything out of the standard of what a man's supposed to do with a woman, they gonna automatically turn on you. I don't care. You could be famous. You could not be famous. It could be
I
football,
kinda agree with
football
I
certain
agree with
situations
partially,
because
yeah.
it's just like women gonna get behind women.
Yeah.
Men gonna always be like men, especially like our type of men. We don't really
In our
have
culture,
no unity.
Yeah, in our culture, we
Yeah,
tear
our culture,
men down, especially in the black community.
we don't believe
Yeah.
we don't believe in unity behind each other.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like if I was to do if some shit was to come out about me, 70% of men would be like, he probably did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But women gonna be like, no, I went to church with her. I know her auntie. They was raised different.
Even if they don't know her,
yeah.
they be like, and I get what she's saying. Like, what? It don't matter what she did.
So y'all feel like
I'll
it's
give you
mainly
an
associated.
I'll give
kinda
you an
agree with
example.
you on
Not to
that.
cut you off, brother, but I'll give you an example. I was dealing with this girl, right? And we had ended up going to starters or whatever. And a guy was trying to talk to her friend. And I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? She said she cool. Like she straight. She ain't really trying to talk. And her friend had thanked me because she said it's so scary in the world if you don't get your number out. And if she did, because you don't know what a man might do to you. But the type of man I am, I don't believe that because we ain't like that. Oh, you said you straight, okay. But so many women at that bar backed her up like, yes, they'll try to follow you and woo woo. And it's just like I said, it's just like it's girl
See,
power, bro.
this the problem. I feel like the problem to me, I think, is sometimes the woman's perception of what a man's doing, because a woman's perception is her reality.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times, just because a man, you know, was doing something to you or doing something for you doesn't mean that he had bad intentions with doing it. But if a woman says, oh, he did this, he brushed up on me, then a man is automatically, you know, discounted out or, you know, told like, hey, bro, you did this wrong, or what could you have done differently, when really he's just being himself. Like if a man is just being a gentleman at the bar, for example, you meet a girl at the bar, you just being a gentleman, she'd think that you brushing up on her and you really not. Or like you in the line, you might tap her or say something like, excuse me. She like, like,
But
you like,
gotta understand.
your shoes are
Right, I'm not even trying to talk to you. Bro. You like, I'm trying to tell you, like, your money fell out
you
your
know what I'm
pocket.
saying?
But you gotta look at it like this too. A lot of men think logic. Women think reality. Like they, not reality. They think like in their imagination a lot.
And
So they
emotional,
like
for sure.
they emotional and they fairy tale-y. So a man be like, you know what I'm saying? Like logically we like, man, look, baby, you ain't even. It ain't that.
It's
like,
not
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
I'm gonna
But
tell you the real what I think. Not to get you up, bro, but like, no offense, but like women have a hard time with accountability, right? So I feel like when they see other women doing things the way they brain set up, they don't hold themselves accountable for shit. So they looking for to play the victim role.
Give me
you
an
know what I
example.
mean? So like I feel like, so say a woman sees something. I'm trying to think of something that maybe recently just happened. Okay, just say, no, I ain't gonna do that. Just say that, okay, look, so a woman is on the internet and they see a situation happen where a man and a woman got into a fight and the woman just blew his car up or slashed his tires, right? You would be like, dang, that's crazy, man. He ain't gonna be able to go to work. He might have been, you know what I'm saying, on his knuckles, that might have been his own way to get around. The women in the comments gonna be like, man, he probably cheated.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like, they gonna take the blame off of themselves
But it was-
and instantly make themselves a
But
victim.
I'm gonna bag you up even more, because they got songs that women are sing to, like I bust the windows out
feel me?
your
You
car,
get what I'm
and
saying?
they'll make that an anthem.
Yeah.
But it's really like,
That's why I kind of agree with what Remy said earlier. It's like they almost like on the same team, but the reason why I think that men a lot of times not on the same team, because we are hard on ourselves and on our other men. So like we kind of hold ourselves accountable and we be like, no, bro, you wrong.
so do
know what I'm
you
saying?
feel
Or
like,
we'll be
so,
like, man,
so
you
to
tripping,
Remy's
or woo,
point,
woo.
Remy said he feels like it's a woman's world.
I wouldn't go as far
Do
as saying
you?
that.
No, hold on.
I mean, it's facts though.
Hold on.
But the way they move together is
So
I
it's-
agree
But
with
Wow,
that.
numbers.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
I agree with this.
The collective though. But is that only in our society? Is it only our women? Because if you think about collectively from
I
a
think that's our
society
culture.
standpoint,
Yeah, I think
bro,
that's our culture.
I'm not
women
gonna lie,
are
nine
not.
ti-
Women
nine-
don't feel like they're running the world. Women feel.
9 times out of 10, bro. Like when I'm speaking on my culture. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, period. So other cultures have more structure with certain things when it comes to like women and men. But like I said, man, that's a whole nother.
You mean like roles?
With just
as
with
far as
anything,
structure?
just everything when it comes to a man and woman, they just have more structure.
Okay.
But like I said, that's another day, another topic or whatever. But I just feel like a lot of our women stick together because they all they get.
Black. You're saying black American women.
Yes.
Our
stick,
women.
They
Like
stick.
our culture.
They stick. Our culture. They stick together more because they really all they get.
I agree with that.
Because you know what I'm saying.
You feel like you feel like women are all black women have our other black women. Is that what
I
you saying?
said I feel like that they feel that way, bro. Because like if you look at the reality of all this shit, bro, it's like single parent households. It's not as it might be victim, but it might. I'm talking about like all the stuff that go along with women. Mamas gonna back them. They grandma like they have more of a kind of like he said, like they on the same team. It's an unanswered rule. When a black man daddy would be like, hey man, I taught you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing wrong with it, but our roles is different in the world. So, like I said, it's more easier for women not to take accountability because somebody always gonna baby them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you a baby, you a woman, you supposed to have a soft life, you supposed to do this. So it's an unintentional behavior that they have.
So
You know what I'm saying?
with that lack of accountability that you're talking about, do you feel like what do y'all feel like makes them so believable to the? Because is it just the women backing women with all of this
No,
progression?
'cause I'm not gonna lie.
I think in society it is because women are made to be softer, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm
we
not gonna lie,
feel
bro.
sorry for a woman. Because
So
we
so you
sorry
feel
for a
like the
man.
emotional part of it is really what people grab on, because like, not to, bring up just other people, but like, for example, with the Tory and Megan situation,
Okay.
she blatantly has been caught lying
Man.
several different times.
Right.
But you can look at
And
that.
so-
You can look at that shit at all different angles, man.
Yeah, because the truth still
Because
haven't really came out. I know it's
I
crazy
mean-
because it's been more.
But
than
I mean,
3-4 years,
I'm not saying who's right or
No,
who's
but
wrong
what-
in that situation. But what I'm saying is, like, if I see somebody lying, if it quack, it's a duck.
Yeah.
But
So
what I-
if you li- but why do we still believe, even though we know you lying?
Because, bro.
Yeah, that's kinda crazy.
But like I said, bro.
Like, you
I'm
a
with you,
liar.
bro. I swear.
would like this the thing though, bro. And then you know what I'm saying, like women are made to be protected and loved.
True.
Period.
I agree with
So
that.
what I'm trying to say is that sometimes they overly love. She had feelings for him. So she still torn up into the truth. She was in a
And she
sticky
lied about that,
She was in a
yeah.
sticky situation with a nigga she was messing with and her best friend, and they didn't know what to do. It was all tricky. Her story switched up so many times because she had to think about her career. She had to think about her image. She had to think about what was gonna come out. She had a boyfriend at the time. It was a lot of
What
shit.
about dog going to jail though? Did you think about that, bro?
But I mean that shit cool. But at the end of the day,
no,
bro,
that shit not cool.
I'm saying I'm
Like,
not
this
saying it's
nigga-
cool, but
That's
Like-
the heaviest part.
like-
you know what
like-
I'm saying?
but it be like that
Because
though.
you gotta put all that to the side, bro, and thinking about.
Don't because he shouldn't have been in that situation.
Bro, that happened, but no, see, hold up. But
She
see,
wasn't in the
sometimes,
situation,
hold
bro?
on,
Yeah,
wait a
but I'm
minute, bro.
saying, though,
The
bro,
problem
it's
to me
certain
is, though,
situations, bro.
because this ain't just about that situation, but you see it happen in corporate America. You see it with people on their jobs where men be falsely accused of things that they
Absolutely.
did not do, bro.
But
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna
that's
tell you
the
the one
problem.
common denominator in all this shit. You shouldn't have been there. Because if you wasn't there or you wasn't
Easy to
Nah,
say
that's
that,
not
bro.
right.
That's
That
not
is-
always the case,
Okay,
though,
Rim,
bro.
look,
That's the truth,
let's
bro.
do this. Let's talk about this real quick then, right? So, the Busby guy, the lawyer.
Yeah.
You know the case that he came up with Jay-Z and the one that was fiction.
Yeah.
That the lady just made about a thing
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like, what about something like
Yeah.
that? You know
Where
what
you
I mean?
accusing
Like,
somebody
where he
of doing
really took
something,
this case and really
you doing it, they
was smear,
yeah,
like
like, that's
smearing they
crazy.
whole name.
But like I said, bro, we don't know if it was fake.
we do know
We
it's
do
fake. His
know.
daddy, her daddy was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, but they
She
could
put her daddy, my dad dropped me off and picked me up. He like, I don't know what.
I mean, I
this
don't
girl
really
talking
want to.
about.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, for my perception of it is, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. We seeing in Diddy case right now, people that signed so many NDAs that came to their house or they didn't shoot them there. We don't know what they could have got a bag to let that junk go with Jay-Z so he won't go down with that. We don't really know.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's why
just,
it's not good to use names when we don't know
Yeah,
the
you know
story.
what I'm saying,
But what I'm saying is a lot of times it don't even matter if it's true or not. People gonna jump to a side. You know what
That's-
I mean?
and
Like
that's my
it can
whole
be
point.
100% fictional, and people would jump and be like, "Oh no, woo, woo." Like that's not."
What does
That's
it take for,
crazy.
for people to believe more in men? Do you think that's possible that a man
Nah,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be real.
especially
with
not
you.
black men.
I'm gonna be real. with you. I'm gonna be real. with you.
we guilty
Niggas
until
so
proven
fucked up.
innocent, bro.
Niggas fucked up, but.
Yeah, we guilty until proven innocent, bro.
But this the thing,
It's
though,
sad.
bro.
I'm
The
not-
thing about it is, bro, I was just telling our homeboys this or whatever. Like, if somebody told me I stole from you, and you find out I stole from you, you gonna start playing stuff back in your head about, like, I should have knew this nigga was a thief this one time. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, niggas be having little stones that they had, like R. Kelly. He probably would have been straight, but he peeing on people. He went with Aaliyah.
It was the
It
Aaliyah.
just didn't look
Aaliyah
good.
did it for me.
Yeah, I know,
you
but
said the Aaliyah?
yeah, but what
she
I'm
was
saying
14,
is,
bro.
my whole thing is, I don't care. They was married, so it was, and nobody didn't care about it at the time. But what I'm saying is, when the big shit happened, it just didn't look good to the build up. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like I'm picking this side. I don't care if they lying on them, nigga. You guilty because you done did too much
You done
unapproved
did too
shit.
much.
So it's just
But I
like,
don't think
that's
people wrong for doing that. I'm not gonna lie, man.
You don't think so?
Sometimes, bro, you be like,
You
man,
be fed up, like
you not
Hey,
giving
bro,
me,
done-
you not giving me an argument, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
You
Like,
getting caught up in too much.
you know what I'm saying? They say you broke into somebody's house and you got 10 felonies for breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Dog,
Yeah.
like, bro, you got to prove it, bro. Tell me something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
that's all I'm saying, man.
So do y'all feel like it bang to some extent what Remy was saying about the unison? I'm gonna be real. Remy might say I'm pandering. I don't care. But I feel like niggas be lying. So that's why it's not believable, because most of the time we be lying. And I feel like until men get themselves back aligned with God fully, I feel like a woman ain't gonna question you when you in line with God. Like, she might think something, you can't control your thought, but a woman is not gonna question your moves, even if you moving funny, if she believes that you align with God. And that's where I think you got a lot of men that want to do right, but they playing lukewarm. So prime example is like with the Skilla situation. You know, a lot of people talking about the Skilla situation, right?
Okay.
Where he just got, you know, his unfortunate situation where he was just shot, you know, a few times, and everybody's like, oh, he just said that prayer. So then you think, like, I was talking to bro about it,
Yeah,
how
you
about the
feel
spiritual
about that?
warfare. I feel like the problem that happens is that men think that they can play both sides. So you trying to play with God, and then it's the same thing that they used to do back in the Bible. They go play with God, then they go play with their idols behind closed doors. And I feel like that's why the spiritual warfare, because it's all spiritual at the end of the day. That's what I believe. I think
So what do you think the prayer meant though? Because a lot of people keep speaking on a prayer like they like, oh, you just prayed 4 days ago, but like, what do that mean? You know what I mean? Like,
to me,
how are y'all taking that? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So to me, this is what I think. I think that based on what he said, he felt led to pray. So sometimes God will put you in a situation where he burdens you to say a prayer. You don't know why you deciding to do it, but you just feel the unction to do it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's what God does, is that he burdens us to the point to where it's like that conviction so strong that you got to do it. But you don't even realize that prayer may be the thing that saves your life. But at the same time, that prayer, if you playing the other side, is also that thing that may set the enemy off on you too, because you playing both sides.
Okay.
See, if you all the way removed from a certain lifestyle, because we all make mistakes, but it's the lifestyle that I feel like a lot of men are leading, where they may play in one area and then they want to go home and have the structure and the peace and all of that. But you out in the world causing all the drama, and you expecting drama not to be able to follow your damn dough back home, and it do.
I feel that. See, okay, let me ask you this. And I mean, I feel this way, but I'm gonna ask you if you agree.
Okay.
So I think sometimes God allows things to happen
Facts.
for your trials and things that you have to go through.
Can't nothing happen without him allowing it. For sure.
Exactly.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? The devil
Yeah.
don't have that much power. And it's like, I feel like with the Skilla thing, you got to watch what you pray for. You know what I mean? Because sometimes God protection and sometimes God, the way he move for what you ask for, it might not be the way you want it to be. You get what I'm saying? And he allowed that to happen. He might want you to be closer to me. I'm about to paralyze you for a little minute. I'm about to put you out of commission.
Right.
For a little minute, you got to get right with me. Because you said that prayer, you asked for it.
Right,
Really?
right.
You know what I mean? You really asked for it. You ain't know what you was asking for, but
Right.
this is what you asked for.
Right.
And now you here. You know what I mean? And that's how I looked at the Skilla thing. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? He got on there and prayed. You playing, boy. Because
But
you
that's
want to
what
go
I'm
outside
saying.
and you still want to spin and do all that. And I mean, like you said, ain't nobody perfect, man. We all got our ways. But you got to know what you're doing. When you step to God, you got to know. It's going to get heavy. You know what I'm saying? That walk with God is different.
But see, this is the thing that people don't realize, is that this would make you, because people don't realize you can be an op to God and the devil at the same time. You can be an op to God and the devil.
gotta
I
break that
disagree,
down,
bro.
Watch it. Hold on. I'm about to tell you why.
Okay.
Being lukewarm. If you playing both
Playing the
sides,
fence.
neither one of them want you.
Playing the fence.
Neither one of them like you, because you ain't picking a side to what you really doing. And why you disagree?
I disagree, bro. I'm gonna tell you why, bro.
Tell me why you disagree, bro.
I'm gonna tell you,
But you
bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna say this, bro. I feel like life is a spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you can, in reality, in like the grand scheme of things, you gonna kind of be lukewarm with something because your body is made of sin. So once you get the discipline, or you start getting in your word more, or you start, whoever you believe in, you start spending time with them, meditating, praying, you build a bond to get that discipline. But until then, bro, you made a sin. So you're going to do something. So it's kind of like every day is a balance.
But here's the
So,
problem. Here's the
hold on
problem
real
with
quick,
that, bro.
So what I'm saying is about with Skilla, bro, I don't think that he's wrong for praying.
No, I don't either.
No, I'm not.
He right for praying.
This is my perception, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. This nothing against you. I'm just talking about what I seen out of it. I seen he prayed and put it on his heart, and a lot of people is raised to pray. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people is raised to always call on God, bro. So it's like, it's good to know who the higher power is, have some type of relationship with him. But at the same time, bro, it's like, You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper. I'm gonna say certain things, or I'm this guy, or I'm that guy. It's always gonna be like a lukewarm battle.
But see, that's the problem, is that it shouldn't be a lukewarm battle. And I think that's
Yeah,
why that's why men especially have the hardest time, because we ain't making our minds up.
Bro, everything lukewarm, bro.
No, everything is not lukewarm.
It's gonna be something.
Everything is not lukewarm.
Bro, I'm talking about what's lukewarm. Because if we going off a situation like that, bro, you can pray all day. What about the niggas who pray every day and don't do nothing bad and go to the gym and lift too much weights and pop a vessel and they die?
Yeah. No, that's true.
I'm saying though, bro, everybody have certain things that they're gonna be lukewarm about, bro.
The part that I disagree about what you're saying about lukewarm is my definition of lukewarm is a little different than that. Because I feel like every day we got to pick up our cross, right, and fight the flesh. But being lukewarm is not knowing if you following Christ or not. You get what I'm saying? And it's like you teeter-totting because you're not following Christ. But if you following Christ and you just fall to the flesh sometimes, that's a different thing from being like, I don't know who I'm following, but I believe in God. That's lukewarm.
We're going out. Hold up. How you go from praying? You going from praying for somebody, but then 30 minutes later, you talking about killing somebody. That's lukewarm.
That's lukewarm. Yeah.
That's lukewarm.
I mean,
but I think the ultimate thing with lukewarm is you following Christ or you not, bro. That's it. Because a lot of stuff that he do knowingly, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that's even worse when you do know better and you still choose not to. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, bro, he know better. He showed us that he know better, and he still choose not to. That's lukewarm.
To me, man, I don't judge nobody for that.
He choosing not to, bro.
But it's not a judge. No, but at some point,
bro,
and this ain't about him. But I'm saying at some point,
though, bro, we not perfect.
Yeah, but at some point, though, men. But see, hold up. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. I think that men have, and this kind of go back to what we were saying, how we don't have that village of accountability amongst men, where another man would be like, man, you another man, you got your own battle, we all struggle, so ain't nobody approaching nobody like, hey, bro, tighten up.
Yeah,
you playing.
No, the main thing that I think our men problem is what I said earlier. We don't stick together. I sit here and tell what my truth is, what my perception is, and somebody will tell me that I'm wrong for it. So now I'm on stand 10 toes on what I believe, and I'm not gonna really care with nobody yet. Versus a woman, they're gonna try to find some type of relatability to it, or they're gonna try to give them the benefit of the doubt, or they're gonna be like, okay, well, I understand what you're saying, but look at it this way. Men not like that. They quick to shut you down. Like I said, and when I said judging people, bro, I'm not talking about nobody in this room, nobody, period. But what I'm saying is that in my perspective and my walk with God, is lukewarm. I made a sin. So today I might conquer sex. In my early 20s to I was 30, I might have a sex addiction or a problem like that, and I conquered it. But so I could get on my knees and pray. I can fast and do everything to get that out of my body, but I'm still going to be tempted, and I might fall short because it's in my flesh. But once I conquer that, I can move on to my next sin.
I agree with that.
So hold on. So what I'm saying is a lot of people, and this is why people run away from like religion and stuff, because a lot of people be so quick to try to act like it's not. A nigga can pray today and go kill a nigga in a car tomorrow, and also a woman can pray that her kids get this DTE bill. And then can go give a married nigga some head for $400. It's the same as murder.
Wow, dog.
It's the same as murder.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is. A sin is a sin, bro.
No, it's not, bro.
No, it's not, bro. A sin is a sin.
It's not the same. No, it's not. That's why people gonna be here. It's different standards, and I understand the difference between falling and then lifestyle. So it's the lifestyle that you live in and what people are knowing you for. It's how you're what are you projecting out into the world? What are you giving people? So
because it's influences.
Because you can't pick and choose that. You gotta be that consistently. Because if you lukewarm, you get spit out, bro. That's just the reality. And I feel like if men pick the side, like if a man, this is the problem that women have with men right here, is a man to play good guy 1 minute, then the next minute he's super villain. He going out into the streets, he doing whatever, but then he want to come home. That's not how it works.
That is how it works for his household.
See, that's the problem.
No, it's not.
That's why the household be broke up, bro.
No, it's not.
That's why the household be broke up. Because the chances that you taking out in the street.
The household be broke up is because women trying to live in a false reality that they great grandma mama put down on them, they never met her. You gotta have a reality.
No, they
in your
hate. They
hold on.
despise. The women is despising.
Hold on, bro.
They despise
Listen
what
I'm
they
saying.
elders did,
Listen
bro.
what I'm saying,
They don't
though.
even want that no
They
more.
want
Modern
it to
women
a
don't
certain
want that,
extent,
bro.
They want the picket fence situation. And what I'm trying to say is, bro, it's different women and different women are different. So just because you could go home or he can go home, my wife might be cool with me being out. Her cares and her wants might not be what the next woman wants.
Each woman is different.
So you looking at me from the outside looking in, calling me lukewarm, when nigga, I'm at a happy home. But you're going home not being lukewarm and your wife miserable. Every time you leave, she playing with the rose. It's a difference. I'm just being real.
But that has nothing to do with your lifestyle, bro.
Yes, it do.
You missing the
Y'all
point.
kind of missing the lukewarm thing.
You
bro.
missing
I'm
the
not
point.
missing
You
it.
missing the point of it, bro.
The lukewarm.
Because
The
the
lifestyle
lukewarm
is-
is not about having a happy home.
It's not
That's
about
what I'm
that.
talking about.
It's
You know what I'm
about
saying?
you,
Like,
But
bro.
nothing
no,
to do
what
with
I'm
your
saying is that's not about lukewarm because he just said you having a wife and then you going to play, then you coming home, you're lukewarm.
No, I said playing it.
So
No,
I
bro.
said that's
You
not
missing the point,
lukewarm.
bro.
That's
You
not
missing
the
the
point.
point.
That's more a relationship. Yeah.
That's you missing the point. I'm talking about the lifestyle that you live, no matter where you are or who you with. What you doing in your spiritual life reflects in your natural. And the problem that I feel men have today is they have not made up in their minds who they want to be in their spirits. So they spiritually torn from going one way this way. They just like they blowing in the wind,
Don't
bro.
just put that on the men, though.
No, I know women,
that
too.
way,
But no,
too,
what I realize about women, and I remember I spoke on this before. What I realize about women is women conform. They conform to whatever man that they're with by nature. Naturally, if a man is leading them and putting them in a position where they feel like they can hold up, let me land. If a man is leading this woman and that woman feels like she's secure, even in her uncertainty about what he's doing, she's still gonna follow suit with him. Because the woman is the reflection of the man, not the man the reflection of a woman, bro.
But it's parts that go into that too.
But
Bro.
you-
Because
oh,
if this
man.
woman don't align with you, or if this woman is not,
Why would you be with her then?
sometimes men are with women that they don't align with.
But that's who's that? Who does that fall on? Does that fall on the man? Because the man is the one that's gonna ultimately pick and choose who he with, right?
on a little bit of both of them.
You know, I tell you this truth.
I will hold myself accountable and make it.
I'd be like,
make a
no, this is my
decision.
fault.
Absolutely.
Ain't
It is my
two-
fault.
What I'm saying
ain't
is,
no two lives the same, bro.
yeah, but what I'm saying is,
what
bro, a lot of
No,
times,
it's
a lot
not.
of times, bro, you gotta. It takes two. You know what I mean? It's
No,
always-
it take two.
Bro, it
No,
depends
I'm
on
not
the-
excusing.
Bro, you can be perfect,
bro.
bro.
I'm
Like
not
what he said,
excusing
you
women.
can be this
bro.
guy who got everything going together, man. You a man of God. You this. You got this money. You got all that, and you can have this woman, man, that'll flip on you one day, man. Because
How you?
her
But how you?
friends
How
told
you?
her.
How? So you
Told
gotta.
her.
So then you
But
gotta.
because
I gotta
she-
look in
because
the
she
mirror
get a
at
lot of likes
myself.
on Instagram and
But
things
I gotta
like that,
look in the
bro.
mirror at myself.
You
then
gotta
and be
let
like,
that woman go.
how did I end up magnet? How did the magnet attract me to this? How did I get with this person?
You might have met that woman before you became this man.
But that's the so
No,
I done been
or
in
you
that
could be
situation.
with somebody-
I done been in that situation to where when I was with
People change.
right.
So I got a question. For y'all.
Go ahead. Come on.
Do y'all feel like the woman you with gotta have the same spirituality views about you or religion views as you?
Absolutely.
When you say
You talking about married?
Married or in a relationship, everybody not married, so relationship as well.
do I feel like
might
my
even
woman
be
has
in
to
a
believe?
relationship with a woman
Do
that
I
don't
believe?
believe in
Do I
God.
feel like my woman needs to believe in what I believe in order for us to work?
Yes, like spiritual wise or religion wise, like you know what I'm saying.
Like, can she have a different faith than me?
yes, that's what I'm asking.
No. Can two walk together unless they agree? No. Hell no.
I was just
no.
asking because that aligns to a lot of stuff because you were saying like what spiritually connected me to her, and sometimes you could be connected to a woman or attracted to a woman, you start building with her and you start liking her, and you might have to get her up to date to your spirituality. You get what I'm saying?
As far as I'm concerned,
it's a part
I
of
feel
being
like,
lead.
as far as I'm concerned, I feel like the woman may not ever catch up to where I am spiritually. My wife may not ever. I'm the head, but it doesn't mean that I neglect what she has to offer just because she may not have all the knowledge that I have. I still can see the value in where she is today because I can learn from a baby. You can learn from anybody. And if she gonna be your woman, if I'm in tune with God, there's no way God is gonna line me with a woman that's not supposed to be with me. If I'm with somebody that's giving me a headache,
Sometimes that's a part of your
chose
journey.
wrong.
we
Men, yeah.
we
Yeah.
But see,
or we fall to lust and other things.
that's
not.
So who is that a reflection on? Man, because at the end of the day, the man is the chooser. The woman is the one that's going to accept.
Yeah.
I accept what you give. I accept what you bring.
But we talking as if we in this perfect world, and
I don't talk like that. I'm
I'm
talking with reality.
Yeah, you gotta talk
So,
with
you know what I'm saying?
reality.
Like,
Reality
okay,
is, you
so
feel me?
everybody reality different though.
Exactly.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's so crazy. But what
that's
I'm saying
the-
is you have to be able to borrow other people's perspective. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And see things from
Yeah,
another point of view.
yeah.
So I feel like, bro, sometimes you can be it's married couples who pastor and first lady who get divorced.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? Like it happens, bro. So what happened there? They align, they all this, whatever. But you get what I'm saying? So you can't just say that, oh, if you do this, everything should go right. It don't. Life ain't like that.
But is that
know what I'm saying?
still not a result of a choice? Because at the end of the day, when you get married, you make a choice, right? It ain't just instantaneous, right?
Well,
and if you get a divorce
But it
or
could have
separation,
been
ain't
right for
just
that season, and it might be time to move on.
See,
don't believe that?
but see, I believe that it happens. I believe that it happens.
Okay, look at this perception, right?
If you get married, real quick, if you get married, do you plan on getting divorced?
No, I
No,
don't
absolutely
plan on.
not.
All right.
But I got a question for you. Will I get a divorce? Yes.
It's
Would I
possible.
stay
Right.
and be unhappy?
If she crossed that line,
if would I stay and be unhappy? Would I stay and be unhappy just because I'm married, we got kids together? No.
yes.
I'm not doing it.
I don't care about no happy. but if you cross that line,
Hey,
bro, I got certain
that
things,
unhappiness
bro.
come and go, bro.
But I
That
got certain
unhappiness
things, bro.
comes and
Everybody
go.
got that thing. You know
That
what I mean?
non-negotiable.
That non-negotiable, bro. And in mine, more than likely gonna be spiritual. And it's like, bro, once you cross that line and I see you through a different light and I pray about it, yeah, I will.
But if you
I will.
but if you're my wife, so I get the relationship aspect of it. If you in a relationship, that should work like that.
even as a wife, you gotta try harder. Yeah.
But as a wife,
gotta try harder.
as a husband, you evolve, you transform, your priorities shift, especially
Absolutely.
when kids are involved. So you gotta wake up and make a choice every day to choose that person.
And she gotta do the same thing.
She got to do the same thing, but no, she does.
You do?
That's a fact.
'Cause she got power.
It's fit.
Don't act as if she don't wake up and be like, I'm
let
tired
me
of
throw
this.
this out here. It's 50-50.
It is.
Okay, when it comes to choosing. But when it comes to how the relationship goes, hey, when it comes to how the relationship goes,
I feel like-
tell me if I'm wrong on this, bro. I want you to tell me if I'm wrong on this.
Go ahead.
The women that y'all have messed with in y'all time,
Right.
not all of them, though. Because I know y'all personally, not all of them.
Right.
But are they not reflecting the vibe that you create most of the time? Whatever you create, whatever synergy, whatever energy y'all have as a whole, not for the day, like she had a bad day, so she in a bad mood. I'm talking about how y'all relationship flows and functions. Is that not contingent on how y'all treat,
I agree with that
talk,
part.
spend time?
I don't never disagree.
It's a reflection.
I don't disagree with that part.
Not all
But
the
what
time,
I'm
though.
saying is, it don't matter how perfect I am. That woman can still not be right for me. That's all I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can
I
be
do
a man
feel
of God.
yeah.
I can lead her. I can lead her to God. I can do all that. And if God say she ain't the one, she ain't the one. It don't matter if we got kids together and all that. It don't matter. You get what I'm saying? And it could be long-term relationship. It could be short-term.
Okay, so then let's transition into this.
Okay.
Because I know we had a topic of conversation. We was talking about the roles. Like how much do y'all feel
Out of gender.
roles play a part in it? Like, do y'all feel like roles need to be established?
I think I want to hear what real guys say. Man.
Like,
I just feel like, man, it all come down to finding the person that's for you. And I ain't gonna lie, I never had boundaries in relationships. So, you know what I'm saying? I learned that's important recently. You know what I'm saying? Because
to have boundaries?
yes.
What boundaries do you
absolutely.
feel like are important for you?
Like what he's saying, like what's our roles? Like, you feel me? Like, what's our roles in this situation? Okay, if you a woman who like to work and kind of have some type of dominance to you, or you like to chase a bag just as well as me, we gonna have to set some rules because, like, that might bump heads. Or if you like to go out a lot, or you whatever the case may be, we gotta set boundaries to what we like and what we don't like. And I never cared about that. I used to always be like, it's my way or no way. I'm gonna deal with you when I want to, how I want to, and whenever I want to. And that shit is not good. You know what I'm saying? So I learned
Were
that.
you ever met with resistance by women with that? Like, did women ever feel like no, you can't tell me what to do? Or did they ever give you any pushback on you wanting it your way all the time?
No, because if it's not my way, it's like see you never.
He said,
See you never. But anyway, on some real shit, I just feel like boundaries. I just feel like when you get to a certain point in your life, financially, everything, bro, I feel like whoever you choose to deal with, bro, it should be gender roles, and y'all should embrace them. I feel like a woman do certain things. I feel like a man do certain things. Do I feel like a man can do some of them roles that a woman do sometimes when he choose to be having a good day? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for the most part, this your role, this my role. And I feel like once you start trying to, when everything start coming to comparing and trying to make everything like a war or an argument or you always focus on what he not doing, but you doing this and shit like that, I just feel like it start fucking shit up. Just focus on what you got to do as my lady, the boundaries we set, and I'm going to focus on what I do as your man. And if I'm checking that shit off every day, these are your wants and needs to make us work.
Yeah, and
it should be nothing. It should be nothing. It shouldn't be nothing.
So
like
Sean, I'm gonna ask you this question because he just said something that I think was very. It was brief. He kind of shot through it, but it's important. He said finances are an important matter. Do you feel like? How important do you feel like the financial aspect plays in relationships? Like, do you feel like that matters? Like, do you feel like women respect you differently based on your bag?
Hell yeah. I think they play by different rules. A rich man play by different rules than the average man. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like to compare a celebrity relationship to a man who works at the plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, that's not realistic, man. A lot of these women, they know what they gonna put up with because they know the lifestyle that they have. You get what I'm saying? So they don't care about no gender roles. You know what I'm saying? They can really wake up and have a choice. I want to start a business. It don't matter if it fails. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, I go with such and such. You know what I mean? Like, this is my guy. Opposed to somebody who work at the plant. You start this business, you done took our savings and did what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We about to get into it. But the way I look at the gender roles, I'm not gonna lie, at my big age, dating with a purpose, I feel like I have a vision for myself, right, as a man. And if this woman don't align with this vision that I have, she not the one for me, man. And that might sound a little selfish, or that might sound like I'm being alpha, but I know what aligns with me. So if you want to be this person, and I know this don't align with my vision and what I have for my life, what me and God talk about every night, you not my woman.
Okay, but how important is the looks?
Oh, the looks.
Do they gotta look a certain way?
Yes,
for me,
that shit
for
is
sure.
very important.
For
So
sure.
looks is
I have to
important.
be attracted to you. Yeah.
But okay, you can be attracted to him, but even because it's a lot of
What
attractive
you say
women.
earlier, you got to be a reflection of me.
Yeah, you got to be a reflection.
I'm pretty fond of myself. No, but real talk, like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that's important to me, man. Like, the way you dress, all that. And I'm not going to be too hard on it.
So do you have a checklist?
Nah. I do, but I don't. I don't literally have a checklist.
Yeah.
But I kind of know what aligns with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know the type of attitude, the type of mindset that I need you to have, the type of spirituality you need to have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, those type of things are big for me. And the flexibility that you have, because a lot of women are stuck on what they want. Mm-hmm. And if they can't get this from this man, they just gon', you know what I'm saying? They gon' wreak havoc. You get what I'm saying? And it's
I definitely feel like the natural physical attraction has to be there.
Oh yeah,
but
for
I'll
sure.
be honest, man. As women and men get older, you know, the weight comes in, the things just change, bro. It just like being
once
married.
we stuck though, bro. I mean,
once you
that.
married, it's like we locked
that.
in.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But
it don't matter.
off the dribble though, like off of the meter, or if I'm about to cut into you.
First, physical attraction is important when you first start talking to somebody.
Yeah.
That shit is like.
Do you feel like physical attraction just stops becoming important?
No, but what I'm saying is when you were first,
never
when you first start talking to somebody,
Never.
it's like physical attraction is important, bro. I feel like when you married for 7-10 years, your wife getting a little chubby, she ain't really looking like what she was, you would start being like, yeah, she cooked good. You know what I'm saying? Until you get like, you start settling a little bit. Like,
I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
you can't settle.
I'm about to go to the
No,
gym.
you can't settle.
Like, yeah, you gotta come to the gym.
You can't settle. No, see, and that's the thing that
I'm saying until it
that's
get
what
crazy.
leads. But
Until
that's
it get
what
crazy out
no.
of
That's
control.
what leads to infidelity. That's what leads to
No, I feel like it leads to
separation.
infidelity after you bring it up. and they not trying to willing to change it.
No, see, I don't think that you bringing it up is what lead to it and them not changing it. Because you got to learn also in a marriage that where you may be like, you may have just come to the revelation like, damn, I'm getting kind of fat. I need to change up my diet.
And
You can't just expect your partner who in a whole different space, she accustomed to cooking fried chicken every other day. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect her to change everything at the drop of your dime. This is why I say it's important that as a man, you have to lead by example. Because if your woman starts seeing you come in from the gym every day, you start seeing a result. Like, that's what you gonna do.
But I don't want no woman like that.
But some women don't
that's
pick
what's
up
gonna
on
happen,
it.
bro.
I don't want no woman like that. I want my woman to be like, this. Real shit. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be some real shit.
Like, bro?
I want my woman to be herself, bro. And I ain't gonna lie. One thing I learned, bro, is I'm starting to like appreciate individuality in relationships, marriages, whatever.
Yep,
So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I want my wife to just be in her role. Like I told you, my boundaries of what I want, and I want her to be like, if you want to eat fucking fried thighs, chicken legs, and fries every day, and you see I'm on my fitness journey, meal prep me my black beans, my baked salmon and shit like that, and I want her to naturally do that. Oh yeah, this daddy shit, and we still in this fatback shit, and I'm cool with that, but I don't want to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
But hold up. So you said something. No, he said something that was important. He said, yourself. I want you to be yourself. Yeah. Okay, but here's the key part. Do you want her to be her lower self? Because we have different levels of ourselves.
But see, that go back to what I said earlier, though. And
it's your lower self, and then it's your higher self.
Your lower self to you from your perception, or is it her lower self for her?
It's just from a health perspective. It's a health perspective in general, though.
But think about it like this, though, and it kind of go back to what I said as far as your vision for your wife. You get what I'm saying? My vision for my wife not gonna have a problem with that.
No, see,
you kind of get what I'm saying, because I see that early on in the dating stage.
No, but you got to realize, this may be 10 years.
You're never gonna be on
that. This 10 years from now, after she done had the first kid, y'all done had a kid. Let's say she had your child.
Right.
Life totally different. Right. Priorities totally different.
Yeah.
She didn't used to be like this. Yeah. She's a different person now. Yeah. Her mindset is different now. Yeah. Her timing is different now.
Man, you be making a lot of excuses for women.
I'm not. I'm condemning. I'm saying.
No, for real. I'm
making excuses.
Think about it.
What excuse? No, I'm saying this is the reality, bro.
No, but hold on. No, flip it.
It's women who work out when they pregnant.
But that's not the reality.
But
exactly.
No, they care about their body themselves, bro.
You're right.
They care about their feel.
That's not a reality. You know why? Because you can see that in the woman before you marry her. You work out to this day. You've been working out since I knew you. Before we can even get gym memberships, you've been doing push-ups.
You can definitely see it. You can definitely see it.
No,
you can see it. No, you can see it. But hold up,
bro. If you meet, lazy, man.
But if you meet somebody,
and now you wanted to automatically work out at 45. That's
because he first started talking to her. She was watching baddies every day.
You get what I'm saying?
Talk
about she about to get her body done.
I'm about to tell y'all. She
not no gym.
When women are younger, depending on what age you meet a woman at, right? Let's say you meet somebody in their 20s. Their bodies are different.
But
right, so they didn't used to have to go to the gym. You know how the girls in high school used to be cold, then all of a sudden they got fat as hell. They didn't realize their metabolism. But they used to be small, so they didn't realize.
No, they just didn't care because we looked at their body like you older, you got shape. Yeah. But think about it, all the girls that used to be thick, they fat now. And when I knew they was gonna be fat, they had like a little pudge. They was thicker and more developed.
For real.
They was really out of shape.
So it ain't no girls y'all know that we know that used to be slim, small, and all of a sudden you like, damn, you fat as hell now.
Right. But I'm saying, you listen what I'm saying, bro. I don't think it's not about how they look, bro. It's their mindset for me. You get what I'm saying? If I'm telling you or I'm challenging you to be a better self and you rejecting it, you can't really roll with me because I need that type of woman. You get what I'm saying? Them type of women don't really change. They gonna have that go-getter mindset. They gonna have that ambitious mindset to the point where they gonna be like, no, I'm not letting myself slack. You get what I'm saying? They not gonna come out the house looking any type of way. They not gonna do certain things. They not gonna have your kids no type of way. You get what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna let her.
But that's the type of woman I align with. So
I feel you, bro, but I'm gonna say this too, bro. Like, being in the gym and trying to get your body together, that shit hard. So what I'm saying is, your woman might not be aligned to do that. But then that's where you start thinking about, I might can get you a mommy makeover or,
hey,
you know what I'm saying? But look, the deal, sign this deal.
You talking about sign this deal?
Sign this deal. If you get back flabby, we through. You feel?
But I'm that type of guy. I swear to God, I'll be like, hey, look, once you drop this baby, I got you. Look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna put you together. Like if a doctor feel
women crazy, dog.
But I'm not against none of that. You get what I'm saying? I'm open for all that. But like I said, now me, bro, being mature, I feel like you got to court a certain way if you got that chance. I know you already married, but you know what I'm saying? Like for all the single people who looking for their person, you got to choose that person the way they are now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't think you're going to change them in the future or they going to just wake up and be this different person because that's not how it works.
People need to normalize and not trying to change somebody.
Stop trying to change people.
Stop trying to change people. So
just
No, you
go
can't
with what
change
you align
nobody.
with, bro.
you
know what I'm
can
saying? What's
adjust,
compatible with what you got.
You can adjust and tweak certain things, or like this table, you can rearrange it, but it's still the table. Like
course
you know what I'm
still the
saying?
same,
You know what I'm saying? People be trying to get this table and make it black and white.
Make it a couch.
Like, no,
Yeah, like,
bro.
bro,
Like,
it's not.
relax,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm a
Like,
table, my nigga.
you can
Yeah,
it'll never
rearrange
be a
it up, you
couch.
can clean it
Exactly.
up, bro. But stop trying to change who they are because that's who they are, bro.
Exactly.
And they gonna go back to it. Like when we watch boxing, they be like, after so long, he gonna go right back to
gonna
what
go
he
back to dropping
always
that
know.
damn
He gonna
hand,
drop
yeah.
his hand. I don't give a fuck who you train with, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like once that foundation is set, bro, it's like trying to get that. Then you start becoming an ad. Like,
You can't
trying-
teach your old dog new tricks.
But I got a question for you since you married, bro. Do you feel like it's a time limit on when you know it's the one from like a man perception? Like, because I be seeing women and stuff talk about
That's a
like,
good question, dog.
I be seeing women talk about a lot of stuff like a man knows when it don't take him long to know if this is you his wife or he want to be with you. And I just wanted to, not personally for you, but I'm just saying not your situation, but just like from a married man perspective. I just want to know, like, do you think that's a true statement?
No, and I think women tripping with it. I made a video about this a long time ago where I told women that they need to stop trying to put men on clocks because it's really about when the man is ready. Because a man may even know you the one, like, man, this the one. Like, she got all the qualities, but I ain't ready for that yet. So at the end of the day, it really just revolves around when
What make a man not ready?
it could be a lot of different. It's variations of reasons why I feel like
depends on the man.
It's the man and where he at. It could be his finances. He may not feel like I'm financially ready. It could be his promiscuity. He might feel like, man, I got this. I got my number one over here, but I also got a number two. She get the job done, and I ain't ready to cut her off. So it's really just a matter of, I think men, you never really ready. You know what I'm saying? It's just
it's
you
never
gotta
like a
make.
perfect
You
time,
just
yeah.
gotta really make your mind up and say, I'm doing this, and then I'm sticking to what I said I'm gonna do.
But what about this though? Like, what about the people who are in these 10+ year relationships? You know what I mean? And they still not popping the question. It's like, bro,
That's the woman fault.
what we doing?
That's the woman fault.
Okay, cool.
That's
I
the
finally
woman
got
fault.
you to say that. All right, cool.
It's the woman fault.
Cool, it's the woman fault.
Yeah,
All
a
right,
woman
all right,
that's
cool.
staying with a
She should
man
leave.
for 10+ years.
Okay.
Hold up. And marriage has been her goal. Cause that make a difference.
Right, a lot of
Some
times,
women
yeah.
cool with it. Some women don't want to be. Most of the time it be older women that feel that way. Like, man, we ain't necessarily got to get married.
And then they getting their feelings.
You know what I'm saying? Then they gonna get in their feelings and then they want to start putting pressure. That's backwards.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if a woman has allowed a man to stay and create a nest with her for 10+ years
It's
and
her
he ain't
fault.
popped the questions,
I agree.
you stuck and you comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't look at him.
Yeah.
Because a woman that want that is gonna see a woman gotta also make known her intentions before even the man. Don't come playing with me because this is what I want.
I agree.
So the woman gotta state what she trying to be. Hey, I'm trying to be a wife. Off the
But
dribble.
that's what I was trying to say because we had like two different conversations that came after each other. So it's just like how you were saying a man's supposed to lead spiritually. I agree with that. But in the same token, like I said, I kind of want my woman to have her own individuality and
She
be able
has
to lead
to.
herself because of that situation right there. If you were dependent on a man, because like I'm gonna teach my daughters like how to like have enough, you know what I'm saying, common sense and jewels to be able to stand on her own, but also know her position when she get the right man. And what I'm saying is a lot of women be in 15-year, 10-year relationships because they waiting on that right guy to lead them, and there's certain guys that's not leading them correct. But a woman who gonna be like, oh, this what I'm about, I know what I got to do, and this what I'm saying on, and I'm not being in no 2.5-year relationship without no commitment or something. She's setting her boundaries, bro. A lot of women don't set them boundaries like that, so it don't really be no pressure.
Well, see, the
They really be
problem.
scared for it.
I
Yeah.
think what it. I think see, it,
they don't
it-
be like,
it can't be a time clock though. Like
It's
women
not,
can't
but it
put a
need to
man on
be-
a time clock, but you need
It
to
don't,
be
marriage don't
upfront
have
about
to
your.
be.
No,
Marriage don't have to be a
No,
time
I
clock.
think it should be a little time clock on that.
It should be a time clock on where you're going.
You shouldn't, bro.
I'm saying you shouldn't be
get to
telling
5
no
years, you be like,
man.
I'm wasting my time.
I'm saying a woman shouldn't be telling no man you got 2 years to marry me.
No.
It
And
should
if
be
you
your
don't, if you
personal-
don't do that,
Yeah, it should be a personal boundary
Okay,
of
I was-
theirs.
you a woman or a man should know this is what I'm trying to do. This is my goal. So I need to have an end goal before I even start the game.
Exactly. Dating with a purpose.
I'm with I need a
But you supposed to
purpose.
set that. You supposed to set that time frame because you could be talking or messing with somebody or being in a relationship too long, bro. It's supposed to be something like we supposed to be going somewhere.
Yeah.
If we together at 5-6 years, and we in a relationship, bro. Okay, we should be starting to talk about engagement. It's supposed to be something in that medium.
But the
bro.
age matter in it.
Age
Age
do play a
the
role.
age plays a big part in
Because if you've been
in the
in
time limits.
a 6-year relationship, but y'all started at 17, y'all ain't nowhere.
You can't
Y'all
put pressure on
babies.
him.
But I
Yeah,
don't
y'all
think
babies.
that's another topic. But for I tell my nephews, man, don't focus on no girlfriend right now. Y'all 15.
I don't think.
Man.
I
Like,
wish.
don't do
I think
that
that's
to
one of the
yourself.
I
worst
wish
things
I
you can
did
do.
not focus
Yeah, I
on
swear
girls
to
at a
God,
young
that's the worst
age.
thing
No,
you can do.
That was
not
all.
focus
That
on
was all
girls.
our problems.
Relationships.
I feel like all of our problems was
Relationships.
girls.
Relationships.
Think about if we had just came together and said, 10 years ago, man, we should start a little podcast.
Yeah.
Bro, we'd be
Niggas was
damn
still in
near
they feelings.
doing a streamer university.
I swear.
We was damn near ready to crash out over our girls when we was kids.
damn
We
near.
was kids.
Niggas was crashing.
Bro, you
Niggas
couldn't-
was crashing out.
You couldn't breathe next to my girl.
You could not, bro. Hey, bro, don't breathe on my
Like,
girl, bro.
literally,
I swear.
Don't breathe on my girl, bro.
But what I'm saying is, bro,
terrible.
that goes into what I be saying a lot, bro, about our culture, bro. It be a lot of seeking for love and seeking for certain things, and it got better now. But when we was growing up, bro, it was a lot of people in long ass term relationships at a young age.
I ain't gonna lie, but
Being
you're right
faithful.
though. You just
It
spoke
be-
on something.
Yeah, it be a lot of people be looking for stuff. Like I was looking for a certain type of love.
Mm-hmm.
So my girl was my everything. So if a nigga tried to talk to my girl and take my everything away from
Yeah.
me, this was what I always
It's
wanted. I
almost
wanted
like
to
it was
feel
a trauma
this.
bonding.
It was
Almost like coping.
I wouldn't want to say trauma bond, but definitely a coping. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
it. That's something good.
Yeah.
That coping.
You know what I mean?
Like how do y'all feel like y'all can make it personal or y'all can keep it general, but men cope in different ways and it's important how we cope. Like one of my coping mechanisms for me, because I'm trying to be more
coping
healthy.
as far as what though? Just like with anything?
Like bro, like life, like if I'm frustrated with my life, I'm trying to hit the gym. The gym for me.
I wouldn't say it's a gender thing. I think
That's why I
coping is
said
coping.
man or woman.
Yeah,
I think there's various ways of coping, but I think how you cope is important. 'Cause some people cope with they trauma through sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, I think the real topic is the difference between coping and healing. You get what I'm saying? Because coping shouldn't even be where your brain is. You know what I'm saying? We should be focused on healing and really doing the work. And the healing is a never-ending journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to continue to heal because you're going to continue to go through shit. Even the small shit, you know what I'm saying, that you think it's a build-up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the real thing. But all of us cope, even subconsciously.
But I
Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be something small as biting your nails. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all got these coping mechanisms that we use for whatever we going through.
But I feel like coping, you should use coping for small situations. Like what he was saying, like as far as like being frustrated in the home or something like that, you can cope. You can go to the gym. But when I'm talking about like, because healing, I feel like you got to dig deep to the foundation where the seed at.
Yeah.
You got to like, okay, what caused this? Okay, what have I done wrong? And I feel like when you're healing, it's a
address it.
journey.
Yeah.
Coping more so, you
Yeah,
already know your
temporary
way
relief.
around this thing. I just need to clear my mind.
But that's not healthy.
Temporary
But
relief.
it depends on what you're it depends on what are you coping and healing about. If I'm frustrated at home with my wife and I just need to get it some air and I want to go cope for a minute and my coping mechanism might be scotch and a lime and I just want to call and talk shit to you, watch the game, eat some chicken wings.
Right.
That situation at home,
that's your piece.
That's
Yeah.
like that coping mechanism is cool because it's just a momentary feeling that I'm frustrated with my household. Like,
But I wouldn't call that really coping. I would call that just a thing that you do to ease your mind because I feel like coping is like literally the opposite of healing. Like I feel like coping is something that you do that's kind of like a Band-Aid. Like you don't really want to fix the problem. You just kind of just like, man, whatever. Let me go blow this blunt real quick. You know what I'm saying? This
But
motherfucker
coping
pissed
from
me
what
off.
though? Because it's like,
But whatever life is, stressed out with the wife,
Yeah.
you might be low on funds, whatever it is. You might have a sick kid, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You just running from it. I feel like that's coping, running from it.
How do
But
y'all-
if you
what do y'all-
healing and you doing certain things,
So I want to ask y'all
healing
this
the
question,
process.
but I'm
you get
going
what
to
I'm
ask
saying?
y'all
It's
this
a
question.
process.
So to me, what I'm hearing though is like healing is a lifelong journey, but along the way of that, we find ourselves coping with the fact or the reality that, damn, I gotta heal through this, and I don't feel like putting in the work today, so I need to cope to manage the fact that I
and
got
that's
this
when
on
we end
me.
up coping.
but that's the problem.
Right?
That's what
but
we
that's
end up
and this is
coping.
what I'm about to ask.
That's the
So I
problem,
wanted to
bro.
know where do y'all feel like men? What are some negative ways that men cope? Like how do y'all?
Before I get into that, I want to just say one thing before it leave my mind. That's a problem. I'm not gonna go in detail about it, but like what Sean's saying, bro, you gotta heal. Coping not good because once you put that Band-Aid on the shit, you don't give a fuck to put the peroxide on there every day. You know what I'm saying? And clean it. It's like Band-Aid on this bitch, I'm straight. I'm going on. And that's the problem. People use the cope because they don't feel like the healing process, but they never go back to the healing process. And then now you done healed up, and now somebody done strap it, and it's deep again. It's the same scar, and you just I'm tired of this same scar. You gotta learn how to heal. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest coping mechanism is for me that I do is probably going out. Depending on what I am, going out, getting drinks, working out, smoking weed. You know, the essential shit, niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do.
How do you feel? What
cigar
are some
bars,
ways
shit
that you
like that.
cope,
Some ways that I cope.
or just men in general?
Man, I try to find healthy ways to do it. I'm honestly on the healing journey, so I try to find healthy things. And I'm not gonna lie, when I'm feeling real down or I'm feeling like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna run the guide. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna run and try to do something that's positive. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I'll be doing my bullshit too, but if it's getting real bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go.
So I'm gonna be real, dog.
That's how I play it. I'm not gonna.
I'm
lie,
about to
get
be
in that
real
Bible.
vulnerable, and people probably wouldn't even expect it from me, but lately, I don't talk out loud to God as much as I used to, but it's still very much an internal. Like I can't help but to rely on Him, but at the same time, I find myself kind of just in an accepting state, and I think that is a part of healing. Is that
Accepting what?
accepting that certain things are the way that they are. Like for
like
example, like if you have an estranged relationship with your parents, let's say, right? That may have affected you because at one point you wanted that to change. You
Right.
wanted your parent to change and be this other person.
Yeah.
But a part of that healing journey though is also accepting.
Yeah, that they not who you want them to be.
You know what? Damn it! I always dreamed of mama being this way.
Yeah.
I always dreamed of daddy being this way. But I gotta accept.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the hard part about
I love that.
healing. But at the same time, in the midst of that, sometimes every now and again, I may have to cope through it because
Yeah.
mama done did something to piss me off, and I'm
Right.
like, damn, why you
And it
can't
might
just
a
be the
wound
right way?
there. Yeah, that's
You know
real.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But acceptance, I think, is the biggest part of
think so,
healing.
too.
Accepting the fact that you have a wound.
Yeah.
Some people don't even want to look at their wound. They
feel
so
me?
mad about it, but they feel the hurt, but they don't want to acknowledge the fact that it's a wound.
Yep.
So
No, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
It is though, but that's why I feel like that shit not good to cope. Because
Hold on, I got a story real quick I want to tell y'all. Like, so I heard this guy say it was a famous preacher or whatever, and he was just telling a little story, and he said that he was playing basketball with his son or whatever, and he had jammed his finger and it was broken, right? And it was twisted or whatever. But he said it didn't really hurt that bad. It did, but he just was ignoring it because he had work in the morning, right? So he had to keep on going on with life. And years passed or whatever, and his finger grew crooked. Right? So he like, man, this kind of look crazy. I got to go fix this, right? So we went to the doctor, and the doctor said, we're going to have to break it for you to get it right. So he was trying to put this Band-Aid on this thing, and it's like, you shouldn't go on in life trying to cope for so long because to fix it, you're going to have to rip that womb off for all them years just to fix it the right way. So the sooner, the better you face it. You get what I'm saying? Because if he would have faced that a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? He'd have let the finger grow, and now you got to break it all over again 10 years from now. You know what I mean? But that's a good analogy for coping versus healing. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
facts.
you're supposed to heal soon.
No,
you know what I
facts.
mean? You keep on going throwing that Band-Aid on, you making it worse for yourself.
Yeah.
And you would be 45, 50. You know what I mean? And never really faced it. You feel me?
But I feel like coping for a lot of people is they scared to fix it.
That's it.
Like people.
But they should be. It's okay.
No, but just like
'Cause it is hard.
no, just like to use like if you had a bad relationship with your parent, you have some type of expectation there that you've been let down so many times. So let's say for instance, if you didn't have a relationship with your mama that you always wanted,
Right.
and you always try to put yourself out there, and she didn't do what you had in your head, and she kept letting you down, so you start settling. Like, well, shit, this is just mama. Let me just let her just come over here like she do, and then if she say hi to me, woo woo,
Right.
and then they be like, man, you might call me like I'm feeling some type of way about my mama. I'm like, man, you better cut into her and tell her.
Right.
And they'd be like, I tried talking
Yeah.
to her before, and they so scared because they don't want to be let down on the expectation, bro. And I just
Yeah.
feel like, bro,
You right.
you gotta just go do it. And we talked about that shit a lot though, about just accepting people for who they are.
I ain't gonna cap though.
No, that shit deep.
Sometimes you cannot go to a person, and this ain't just parental, it's relationships.
Yeah.
They will never change. So you
I like what
waiting
you
on the
said about that
conversation.
accepting, that's real.
You waiting on a conversation from this person who did you wrong. And the only way that you feel like you can get your healing is by them acknowledging that they were wrong or that they hurt you. They may never,
Might never
do that.
Never do it. Yeah.
So you cannot wait and let your healing be contingent on what somebody else does. The healing journey starts with you and it has to end with you.
Yeah. You're not in control of what somebody else doing.
I agree with you to a certain extent, but I'm just gonna say this. No, I'm not disagreeing with you because I agree with you to a certain extent. This is why I'm saying that is because it depends on what you go into the conversation for. Like I had a bad relationship with my daddy, and I had to have a conversation with him because I needed closure for myself. I wasn't looking from shit from
wasn't
him. I already
expecting it,
accepted it, but I just wanted to have that conversation with him. Just be, you know what I'm saying, just to let him know, like, I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? I love you to death. You my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
But you did that for you.
But that's my whole point. So what I'm saying is, don't always think you can't go to somebody because your journey,
Right.
the
No, that's
conversation
true.
might
Yeah,
not
yeah.
be for acceptance or for me to tell you about yourself.
Right.
It might be for me to be like,
Right, but go into it not having the expectation. I
Expectations,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the important piece, is that you didn't go into that situation expecting him to be like, all right, son,
Yeah, you know
you
what I'm
right, I'm sorry. You said, I'm doing this for me. I need to get this off my chest.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't be never scared to go. Because it depends on, not saying scared, but it depends on what you going to somebody for the conversation.
But what if, but
That's
what if,
I was saying. You get
what
I'm
if your
saying?
daddy
Yeah.
said to you, I don't want to hear it. Daddy, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to hear it.
That's what people be scared of too. Yeah.
What? He said he
Just
don't
him,
hear what?
just somebody, not just daddy, right? But again, relationships as well. You go to your partner, you want to tell them that you offended, but they don't want to hear what you got to say.
But it depends
They
on.
saying, stop
Some
talking
things-
to
some things
me.
They might not never give you closure.
They
on.
may never give you closure.
You just got to
You
accept
got to
it.
face the music.
Yeah.
and
but-
that's the point. So I
But you
try
going
to,
in there looking for.
Yeah.
No, it's not that I'm looking for. You just said you just wanted to voice what you wanted to express. You had to get that out. What I'm saying is, what if somebody says, I'm closing my ear? I'm not even trying to hear you. I don't want to hear you. Get out of my face.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's my intentions going to a conversation. It's not gonna make me no difference whether either way. I had something in my heart. I did it, and you shut it down. I'm already healed. Like
But that's the point. So if I'm already healed, I don't need to talk to you.
Your validation. Yeah.
You are just an addition. If I find that
That's not
opportunity or
true though,
moment.
because it's about what you really talking about.
Some people die, bro, and never get that opportunity
that's
to
not-
even
I
tell.
saw something like that with
You know what I'm
DMX.
saying?
He
That's-
wanted something from his mom, but would not give it to him.
Like-
she was like, no.
Kirk
wanted
Franklin.
that.
Kirk Franklin had that too, where he found out who his father was at 50 years old.
Right. He was forced to get
Went to his mama like, "Why you lie to me?"
Yeah.
Mama never gave him closure, and he made a whole album about it on Father's Day. That was his song. That's his album. Father's Day,
I mean,
and it was about that, bro. So I'm saying that some people in life may never give you the closure or the ear or the time, but it's important that you realize that all the tools that you need are within yourself, and on that way you may have to cope. coping is sometimes okay, and that's where I think the grace abounds for us. Is like on the days where I'm weak, so I may need a blunt.
Just find healthy coping mechanisms. I think
You
that's the
need to
thing.
be
Find the
healthy.
ones. Don't go lust. Go gym. You know what I'm saying? Like don't go.
I mean,
anger. Go.
accept,
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
accept that, and I
choose.
like what you said, bro. But I'm
You gotta accept that. I think that's.
like I said, I don't think coping good. It depends on what.
You don't think any forms of coping?
No,
are
it
good?
is. But what I'm saying is, just make sure you go back.
Facts.
Or like
It's more work.
he said, okay, I'm about to cope. Let me go read a book.
Yeah,
That's
find
gonna
something
still
that's
help me on
healthy.
my journey in another way.
Right,
Like you
right,
gotta continue the
right,
process.
right.
I don't want you to just full blown cope and then forget about it and then wait for something to happen for you to start the process over. You prolonging yourself. You keep yourself stagnant with that
I
shit.
think most of the times when we doing stuff that we know we ain't supposed to be doing, lust and women, drugs, things like that, 9 times out of 10 you coping. You feel me? That's why I got a lot of grace for people. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see people doing certain things, I be like, man, he probably going through something.
Not us,
You know what I'm saying?
but majority people like, cause me, I'm a part of this. I just don't be one to, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people in this world, in my generation, a lot of people are coping.
Yeah.
A lot of people are
you know
coping.
what
I
I'm saying?
seen
We
somebody
all
say some
coping.
real shit that was like, everybody at the club ain't nobody happy. They like everybody who go out every night and be going out every weekend. They be like, man, the motherfucker sad. Like they in that bitch.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Some people be
traumatized.
happy, but
Yeah.
majority of the time you in there.
Ain't
you
nobody
in there
happy
to
but
get
the
it. You in there to
promoters
get a
and the
break
people
or
making the
something.
money off the shit. Like, do you feel me? The people who
Because
in
to
there
be
every
inside,
night.
to be inside the club after the age of 30 to me is kind of crazy.
Nah, if you got a reason for being there.
If you got a reason for being there, but to be consistently, like you, if I was to go to a club, it's a special guest
But
appearance.
it's a different lifestyle for you though, bro.
I'm saying I'm not even talking
I
about
might
my
be
lifestyle.
I might be
I'm
trying to
talking
push my
about
new
just
liquor.
I won't
gotta
put
be
no
in his
age.
right,
age,
but
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's something that's different. You have a reason. It's people that's just
No,
going
bro,
out
it's
just to
some
kind of.
people that's party people, bro. That's their lifestyle. You know how you got bike clubs. You know how you got married couple trips. Some people love bars. They like people love casinos.
Yeah, it
Some
is
people
finding your
go and
community.
travel
Though.
with
Yeah,
casinos.
it's finding your community.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like some people worlds just be different. You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
like,
true.
like
some people
I,
love a good time.
That
man.
nightlife.
They like hustling.
Yeah.
You know, Detroit hustling, not hustling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing the hustle and doing things like that. Some people, that's their
and
thing.
then some people just like
They might not
bars.
even drink that night. They just like going out. I agree.
Some people just like going out, bro. And a lot of people don't have kids, bro. A lot of people be lonely, bro. Mm-hmm. A lot of people be in there with their homegirls. Like,
That's kind of coping.
It ain't really coping.
It is.
Or they lonely.
You know what I'm saying?
I
You're
mean,
lonely, so-
I ain't gonna say lonely because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm saying they lonely because they don't have nobody like a relationship.
Yeah, they ain't got no family and
You know what I'm
things like
saying?
that,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, bro, sometimes they friends be tied up in life and marriage and shit like that, and they just a single friend.
Yeah.
And they be
I
like,
ain't
oh,
gonna
you know,
lie,
we gotta go Taco Thursdays with Tierra. You
I ain't
know
gonna
what
lie,
I'm
bro.
saying?
I know some single women, dog, and it be crazy because the single women I know, they like are good women, but I be like, it's crazy you don't got a man. Why is that, bro? Like, why?
And you don't see it.
And I don't see what you
You saying
mean.
you
Why
don't
they don't
see
got
why
a-
they don't have a man?
Like-
Like all the single women I know, I see why they don't have a man.
No, bro. I know some good women. I be like, how don't you have a good man, bro?
I'm being
When y'all
honest,
niggas gonna realize, bro, that it's a niggas don't be on shit.
bro. For real, bro.
Niggas be out here playing.
It's not even all the time the women
Yeah,
for it.
it's not,
But
bro.
sometimes it is too.
No, sometimes it is.
Sometimes women, I be like, man.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you when it's the women's fault, bro. I'm about to tell y'all when it's the women's fault.
Crazy.
Man, it's a lot.
Because
of
the
times
women, most no, look, I'm gonna be 100%. Most of the time, you find women are typically smarter than men.
No.
Smarter in what way?
Hold on, I'm about to tell
Here
you.
you
I'm about to
go.
tell
I was
the
about
way.
to say, where you going?
Not
There
not
you
not
go.
no not in the logic, not in terms of
Talking about like book smart.
yeah, they book smart, right? But they're able to read. They have a better discernment in terms of like reading what a guy's intentions are. The
No, they
problem.
don't.
Hold up, I'm about to tell you why. I'm about to tell you why I'm saying
Yeah,
this.
I
Most of the time, women ignore it.
Okay.
It's not most of
Women
the time.
love delusion,
Women
bro.
women
love delusion,
ignore. They ignore the flags.
So men, they attracted to
men will tell a woman, "I don't want you,"
I got a question. Why you think they do it?
because they want what they want, or they got false promise, or they lonely, or they just coping.
Bro, women do, bro, this might sound crazy, bro, but women do whatever the fuck they want to do when they want to do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Like, you
my,
might
that's
think
my
a- you
point.
might
No,
think a
that's
woman
my
green.
point. She not green. That's
She
my
got her
point.
intentions,
She
though.
has
She had a
awareness.
whole-
She
She had her
want what
mind
she
made.
want.
Yep.
But
She know what she dealing with you. She know what you think for. You might be like, yeah, ooh. She like, yeah, girl, he left.
But I feel like sometimes I feel like this. But
Hey,
sometimes
for
I feel
real,
like
bro.
women sweep. It's like they put what they really want under the rug because at this point in their lives, especially when they pass they in their mid-30s, they got kids, or some of them don't have kids and now they older, so they kind of used to being by themselves. They sweep the real desire that they want a marriage or something like that under the rug because they so afraid.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen
At this
for 'em.
point, it ain't gonna happen at this point. So they settle or they just get into being a role player a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
But I think, man, women, they say one thing and they know better. They just choose to not do better because they move off emotions.
Man, I'm
And
gonna
I
say,
told this woman that, man, as of late, man, I told this woman that I'm like, man, you got to start thinking more logically, man, when it comes to your decision with men, because these emotions have led you off a cliff every time. You know what I'm saying? Because you blinding yourself with this delusion and this emotion and this feeling that you get, and it's turning all your logic off because you have told me out your mouth. This is a particular person I'm talking about that you know better, and we had this conversation, and you still chose to
do
go
something
against it.
different.
Like you said, I'm telling you, hey, this is this.
If
this
it
is
for
that.
women is
and they
this,
choose not
for
to. And it's
women
like,
is
but it's
do
emotions.
it feel good.
Yep.
The women is
How it
this.
make them
How
feel.
do it make me feel in this moment? If it make me feel good enough, I'll put aside what I truly want because this makes me feel
I agree 100%.
good.
But that's what I tell my young dogs. I'm not gonna lie. When they trying to get a woman, I'm like, man, this is how you make her feel.
So what game do y'all
That's it.
give? So we all got daughters, right? You know what I'm saying? What game do we give to our daughters in this day and age to
My
be
game,
like,
but in the opposite.
how?
Like
what's
I said,
what's
man,
the
look,
opposite
he just
game?
trying to make you feel good. I'll be like, man, he pretty good. Like if she came across a guy like me,
He said-
I'll be like, he read the Bible with you. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
So-
like you still got to pay attention to the red flags because some of these
it
guys they
depends
really
on the
good.
age.
Okay, so
My
let's
daughter-
say
my daughter
she's
12.
she's 17. She turned 16, 17.
What's her situation though?
Let's say she in a situation like us, like she meets somebody like how we was back in the day. Like we was on tip, we was bad
gonna say
boys.
this.
The charisma was crazy.
Man.
Hey,
We
you know
was
what I'm gonna-
goons.
you
We
know-
had clout.
you
We
know-
had that.
You know what I'm gonna say though? Like, one thing I can say,
Cause good girls love bad boys, bro.
it ain't even about that, bro.
And they
It's-
love
it-
men like they dad.
It's about this though, bro. Like, they can say we look bad on paper, but we treated our girls good. Nobody came before our girlfriends. I don't give a fuck if I was fucking
was
with somebody
alright.
else. I was a good, I was a good boyfriend.
You was a good
Far as
boyfriend.
what, bro? You know what I mean?
How's I treat her?
But I'm talking about look at it from a dad's perspective.
I'm looking at it from a dad perspective.
Daddies hated Remy. They
on.
hated to see Remy
I'm being
coming.
real though. Like, I treat my girls good. Like, I used to take my girls stuff. These
But
niggas.
what was the bad part?
The bad part was my individual life.
But the bad part was bad.
What does that mean,
It don't
bro?
matter,
That's
but what
so-
I'm saying
that's
is
so
like,
vague. What
we-
you
Bad
mean your
part was
individual
bad.
The
life?
age matter, bro. I'm 16 in a relationship, so we don't live together, man. So all I have is our relationship. I date her, I take her out, I treat her right, I bond with her, we fuck with each other. What I'm doing outside as a 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying, teenager nigga, I'm good. We fighting niggas, we into shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with other girls. Okay, bro. I'll be doing my daughter. I'll be doing a disservice if I be like, stay away from that guy. He's had other women.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't
that
come
shit
there.
kinda that
I
shit
can't see
stupid.
myself
I give
going
my daughter
against.
raw shit right
I
now,
can't
bro.
see myself going against my younger self. Like if I met somebody
going
like me,
against you,
I might
bro.
take a liking to him. Like, you know what?
I'm not.
I might be able to get him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I just thought about some shit, man.
Hell no, bro.
You ain't gonna speak on it.
I ain't gonna speak.
So what's the reality, fellas? What's the reality? Like in everything. What's the last thing that y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying, we need to put out there to summarize it all up? Like, start with you, Rim. Like, what's the reality for you today, bro?
Man, the reality for me, man, is just like, man, you know, have your boundaries, get your spirituality together. You know what I'm saying? Know your role with your significant other, your father, whoever, any relationship in your life, man. And always keep that raw shit to your daughters if you got daughters.
What's the reality, my brother?
Same thing you said, bro. Keep it real with yourself. Spirituality. Be honest, man. Don't try to change nobody. Don't try to change yourself for nobody, man, unless it's for the better. That's it.
The reality for me is you keep God first, everything else gonna follow.
I agree.
That's the number one. Whether you a man, whether you a woman, you prioritize him first, everything else fall in order. But it start there. It start with your spirit. So make sure you do that. We appreciate everybody who tapping in with us. Make sure y'all hit that follow button, subscribe to us. Rem, what's your IG? Let them know how they can tap in to you personally, bro.
RCWM_.
Yeah.
On Instagram. Yeah. Mine Shine Rich on all platforms.
All platforms.
I think I still got a Twitter, a X. But yeah, Shine Rich, I come up.
You talking about I damn sure ain't got no X, but
Man.
but yeah, man, make sure y'all tap in, man. King X Crane on IG, on TikTok, on Facebook. Man, we appreciate everybody watching. So much more to come. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow us. Make sure y'all tap in and leave a comment. We love y'all. Salute y'all. Peace.